a lot on socials, a lot of like Reddit, fucking Twitter, Twitch, whatever, and people like, bro, GSM, the Valkyries are. Wait, is he holding his head? Is Minus Temper holding his left, his head? It's like he's got no. VOD review. Alright, so this is a VOD review of TSM's performance during the LGS Sweden 2022 LAN. We're doing this because there's a lot of teams that you could review, but TSM is probably the most fun of them. The most fun team, I guess. There's some good takes. So to be had, but I think first of all we should just review or look at what are the things that you are looking at when you're reviewing a team or when you review footage. What makes a team good? How do you summarize Apex Legends on the competitive stage? So that's what we're doing right here, and I wrote it up in a notepad. Sorry if it is a little bit scuffed, but I'm just gonna explain the points. And these are like general things that you can, in my opinion, judge on when you're looking at if a team is doing good or bad. So yeah, to summarize, LGS Sweden 2022. This is let's just call it the Apex fundamentals sheet. First and foremost, you're looking at individual performance that a player is, the player has. How well is the player performing? Are they playing the character to its fullest potential? Are they playing themselves to their full potential? And every player has a different potential. You could say like some players are just quite simply they're just better at the game. They're just better at the game mechanically and game sense wise. But you still have that peak, and and are you performing at it? That is the question in tournaments. Also, there is the just like you can play chess and you can make a move that will ultimately cost you the game or make you lose a piece that you have. You can do this similar thing in Apex, but typically that will just end up with you being knocked or you having one of your teammates getting knocked, etc. Basically, mistakes that you shouldn't be making. That's also within the individual performance. And I feel like another individual performance factor or trait is also does the character that you are playing fit the playstyle of the player? Because sometimes you see players, so let's say they're very, very fit mechanically, but on their team they need another player to do that role. It might you might not fit as a fragger or like a person who wants to do like entry damage or something similar to that. If you're playing, I don't know, Gibraltar. If you're playing Gibraltar, same thing. You could be playing an entry fragger character, but maybe you are just fundamentally a better support player. So that's also individual performance. Talk about real quick macro calls. One of the very important things in the game. Macro is like the overall or like the general calls that are being made throughout a round of Apex that will like kind of define what your team did that game as a whole. It covers your calls to rotate. Rotate, like what overall rotation would your team want to take from the drop start that you chose? Where do you rotate from? Meaning, are you gonna enter the circle from the north, west, south, or east side of the circle? What your team's next steps, like the overall next steps that your team are taking? What's the game plan? What's your approach to the game that you're currently playing? Like, are you moving from A to B to C to D? Are we playing replicators? What's our armors like? Do we want to play zone? Do we want to play edge? That's a macro call thing. And also, I feel like within macro calls, you have the prediction of the last circle, typically made by the person making the game plan. You'll look at the map, zone 1 and 2, and you'll be like, okay, I think the circle is going here, so this is what we will do. That's the macro call. Guys, get out your notebooks right now. Get out your notebooks and take the notes. Take the notes, because this is free coaching. If I did fire I'd probably charge $80 an hour. So note it. You also have micro calls. Micro calls is a little bit different than macro calls, because it's typically when you're already set up in a position, you're kind of like now in a micro call situation, okay, if you're not fighting off spawn or having small decisions being made in the early game, micro calls is usually where you'll find yourself in like very, very late early game, or let's say mid game or late game. That's when you start micro calling. It's like calls to rotate for your team from A to B in the zone, like from building to building or from cover to cover. It could also be me and I don't know, Hal, we're gonna go right, and we'll need Verholz to take the high point, or sorry, the high ground on the left side, because then he has angles. Like it's kind of like calls to do that kind of thing. Oh yeah, calls to rotate short distances, calls to take fights, calls to play defensive, calls to basically all the small things. It also covers micromanagement of the team. So let's say everyone can micromanage any one of the team, right? But it's typically an IGL kind of thing to make sure that the team is being micromanaged properly. So you kind of designating one of your teammates to do a certain thing. So that's micromanagement. Could be holding different angles. Could be make sure you don't push too far, because then the opposing team or like a third team that you don't really know about could have angles on you, and then you might accidentally die in game. That's micro calling. I also think an aspect of the game is the teamwork and the team callouts. It was basically comes down to how well does the team synergize, and they could actually be in the game itself, but also outside the game. Do you guys, of course, if you guys don't get along in real life, if you don't get along, and if there's a kind of a toxic environment that actually affects your performance in a bad way, well, then that's an issue. In general, you don't want anyone staying quiet. If there's information to be fed, like important information or something that your in-game leader should know about, then it needs to be communicated. And that's my take on that. I feel like it's important. Last but not least, I feel like adaptation is a good way to judge the team too, because adaptation means basically how well do you read the lobby that you're in, the competitive lobby you're in. You could be in a lobby that are playing very defensive legends, let's say a caustic, like a full caustic lobby, and okay, it's probably gonna be very, very positional based and not very W keys, and it also varies between what kind of players do you have in the lobby. Are they known for playing aggressive? Do they usually go for early game kills? Are you in their general way? Like, do you land close to these teams, or do they take the same rotations as you? So you got to be careful of that and adapt to that. Could also be drop spots, because there are good and bad drop spots on the map, and a drop spot can literally determine whether you're gonna get wiped early in the game, die on rotation, or get the freeze placement points in your life, right? So that's also super important. Some zones will have like a different playstyle than other zones. So let's just say you're in a zone that has a lot of end game cover, and it's kind of easy to set up in multiple teams there. Well, then it's gonna be packed in that zone, and probably defensive until zone 3, 4, 5, unless you're playing edge. Or you could be in very open zones where teams will opt to play more aggressive instead of going for a late game placements, because they simply know they will not end up they know that the chances of ending up in the late game are very unlikely if they don't try to take early game kills and kind of snowball their way. Guys, that's kind of my take on what the Apex fundamentals are for competitive, like what kind of defines a team, whether they're playing well or not, whether it's a good team or not, or you know how you're only as good as your last tournament. That's kind of how it happens in Apex, I feel, or in other games or sports in general. Like, people will judge you on your latest performance. You played bad, okay, well, people are gonna predict you to be playing bad next time as well, but that might not be the case. Let's get to it. This is the first game of ALGS Sweden. First game TSM played. So TSM is landing antenna on Storm Point, by the way.
I'm coming. Where's that border? Yes,
I
yes,
don't
yes.
think antenna is like the greatest
Is there
spot to
sniper
be
ammo? I have
landing.
fucking 60
Because
shots.
there really
I haven't seen
isn't
it,
that.
yeah.
Okay, I mean, there's south zones,
Is there
right?
sniper
But
ammo on
the
you,
south
Evan?
zones
No,
are
no
usually
sniper.
going
I have alternator
barometer
rifle.
or
Yeah.
out west
Alright,
towards mill and that
Alright, we're
that
waiting
kind of
for you.
areas.
I know.
So
see
yeah, they're
anybody?
landing antenna,
You guys see
and I
anybody?
don't think
There's
it's
a team
like
up here, though.
I don't really think it's
Looks like
like the
there's
best
a team
spot. But it's pretty good for
Oh
south
fuck! I
zones.
just sent it so far, bro.
Then how
We've
did
been
it
buckled, like,
lose?
for a
It's
while,
at
right?
80. It's at 80.
We have to wait
How
for your
did this
buckle so
in
we can
the
push
first
out.
game of the tournament?
Let me shoot the ball for hours. This team might push us.
Yeah, I'm looking for this team right now.
I'm ready whenever.
So I actually seem to
100%.
recall that they set up in a building after this.
Are they still there?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they-
Nobody's back there. Nobody is
Yeah,
back there.
yeah.
We're stamping it. Where do
There's
you
a
want
team
to
at the. We gotta go to the building. I
Yeah.
think.
You think you want to go to the building?
I think so. Yes. There's a team up there.
Okay, yeah, you're right. What about the two-story?
Wait,
the two-story? I think it's
A
better.
versus
The
D.
two-story is better.
This is not the first game. That's not the first game. I'm sorry, guys. It's A versus B. That's the one we want to be looking at. My bad.
Evo or
My bad. My bad. Go again. Go again.
Okay. Keep in mind, like, just look at teams. Maybe teams start flying in. You know.
Yeah, I have an ultic so for you.
So yeah, once again,
Okay.
guys,
I need a backpack.
antenna
I'm gonna
is on the
backpack
south
now.
side of the map.
We're gonna leave early.
There
100%.
are a lot of zones going
So
south
it's not
side,
all
but
gotta get
overall,
fucking shit.
antenna doesn't have the
I have
best
bows and
rotations. It
hemlock
doesn't have
wingman.
any cars.
I'm dropping
shotgun.
ultics out here.
So it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have
targeted.
cars.
Yeah.
You're rotating pretty far by foot, and it's
Nobody
not
has
like
fuck
a
that.
place that is notorious known as like being stacked on loot.
Why do you throw one if you find it?
Okay.
Similar
There's a blue
to
armor right here.
say the mill.
And the
I
wingman
don't
if
think we
one
have
as well.
time. We don't have
Um,
time. We just,
It has
I'm gonna loot
beacon
the
though.
bottom and we just go.
That's true. That's true. But a lot of spots have beacon. I think that TSM at its time, everyone was like plugging
Yeah,
in.
right away
Okay, we are
after
landing
defense.
here. We are landing
Optic
here.
zone.
You know,
Massive
Storm Point is
range.
just announced. TSM looked at the map. They're
I'm,
like,
also
wow,
on
antenna.
long
It looks
I'm on
lit.
R9
Let's
TK.
land antenna.
I have Eva
And it was
hemlock.
literally the
let's move.
decision that came into it. Also because other maps,
Right behind you.
there's usually just more south zones than north zones. So they're probably
have
thinking that
all the
antenna was gonna be one of the better spots. Now I think,
We're a little bit
however,
behind you, Evan.
Okay, I'm gonna hold the
that
hill.
mill or I think
Buckle
mill
here, we're
or
gonna buckle
command
here.
center or cascade
Probably just
is
in the
probably the
buildings, where the
best
buildings are
spots
in
on the
fucking
map.
beacon.
If I had to say, one of those
12
spots
too on
are
meds.
best because you
which
can
team you want?
back out
We
from
don't
it
even need to
really.
back up there.
Like,
Yeah,
well,
let's
you
go,
can
let's
back
go,
out
just
from
keep
it
running.
really
Let's go.
easy,
We're
or
gonna
you
get before
have
anybody else.
a
also
car
hit the
from
beacon
mill, of
while we
course.
get
Plus, you
there.
have absolutely go to loot. Like you're
Dead
100%
sliding.
gonna be stacked every game.
Body
Plus, you
back to
have
home.
Okay.
spiders, etc.
You should hit the beacon right away with Jordan, so he can pop. And he has
Doesn't have
above you.
beacon and crafting though. No, but you can still opt to hit beacon. Sorry, you have.
Someone's
I
flying
need
in.
I
heavy
mean,
ammo,
you have
there's
two
heavy ammo.
beacons. You have
Someone's
beacon
flew
towards
in at the cannon.
cascade,
They're
which
gonna
is
take the cannon
higher
out.
risk,
Yeah.
but you also have
Fire
the
the ball.
beacon on the north side of command center.
Hit the beacon.
The rotations themselves zero,
Yeah, I gotta go up.
and also like the rotations themselves are
I got three
insane.
one.
Team on
Plus,
the fill here. Left side.
wait, I think.
Alright, you ready?
1 second. The rotations themselves are insane. Plus, you have spiders. You can hit crafting other places usually if people are rotating fast, and it has like the best priority on some of the zones. But I think if you're in a very stacked lobby where people rotate fast and you lose out on the rotation to the spot where you should be having priority on, then it can still be a scuffed kind of a scuffed location. But honestly, I think command center is probably the like top two or top three of the drop spots.
Coming up.
So this is the first game. This is the first game that they played on land so far, and as you can see, Minus Tempo is still awake. Okay, I'm kidding. Scars is moving in on TSM's north side. TSM is posted up on two south side buildings here. Shipfall team, the team that lands here, I think it's Team Empire, is still set up inside the ship. They opted to they played over here outside in the open, and I think it was FSV playing inside Shipfall. So like the area was already getting really congested. The zone itself was gonna move far south. Like you could read the zone, and it was gonna move far south. There are zones that end closer up here, but they usually have a closer like zone 1 and 2 usually meet up like way further up north for it to be that zone. So that's why I think TSM at this point just opted to play this position in particular because I don't think they want us to play further south, knowing there could be teams, and like these two positions are pretty good to set up in. We're not playing caustic though, so teams could easily siege us. But I think TSM is making a hell of a good play, immediately focusing Scars, who landed a little bit outside this house, and trying to focus them down.
I'm getting shot by another team.
Perfectly, thanks for following.
Careful
They
of
have
that.
double white. In that
So they actually have Rampage on that team over there.
They low ulted on top of a shipfall.
They're breaking all our doors, man.
There's
for
another
white.
team
TSM
right next to us. There was another team right next to us.
Real quick observation here, is that TSM in this case are playing split between two buildings, and they're trying to hold a lot of area at one time. If a Valkyrie ult comes in, they have to like gather up quickly or like meet up quickly, or they could lose both buildings and eventually die pretty fast because they're on two whites as well.
I'm bringing this white to the staircase.
Underneath us, I think. They're walking underneath me.
Well, I mean, I didn't remember it was exactly that moment, but here we go.
Team.
Yeah, they're right underneath.
This is
you.
Scars.
We gotta pay attention to that, boys. Like, we can't just let them cross like that for free.
True.
Flying in. The team is flying in.
Like maybe on your building. I don't know.
No, they're not.
Notice how the doors are lagging.
I'm gonna sit on this door with my arc star.
The team on the hill on the cannon.
I might stick one here on my building.
It's I think in Apex 8 out of 10 times it's better to go for a proactive play rather than a defensive play. Like TSM could have chosen to just take the west side buildings here and play defensively, because you'd think even if you start a fight here you're gonna get third partied, but it's usually easier to try to engage on the team rather than play defensive. If you're the team getting played on, having the plays made on you, you're gonna have to somehow make a counter play on that and then make a comeback. But it's usually more difficult, honestly. No one wants blood and comp. Well, Team Empire, and then they were dominating.
Yeah,
There's a guy right here.
Guys, the Bloodhound is still like a pretty decent pick, but you just need to play really damn aggressive and have they were running Bloodhound. Team Empire was running Bloodhound, by the way. Bloodhound Bangalore. They would engage on a team, start a fight, and then kind of hope that someone else would participate in the fight, making it blow the fuck up, and then kind of clean it up. They were playing smart. Oh, you think this is a god spot? This is not. I don't think this is a god spot. A god spot is a spot
I'm 12-2 on meds. I have 4 arc stars.
that is
10-0.
I've only one.
if known for dominating an end game. Like literally, this is gonna go to end game.
I'm on bottom floor right now.
Oh, he was doing the 1-2.
It's possible they just run across.
Yeah.
He doesn't like Bloodhound. All right.
Evan, stay up top with me.
Bro, Hell had 17 cells this game. So this is actually where it starts to pop off. I don't remember if this is Scars or it's OG. But a team lands below, flukes their landing, bubbles up in the middle, and it's obviously not good.
Running open here. Running open. Free kills. I gotta give you.
Nice.
It's dupe.
I'm trying to thirst the
I'm
Gibby.
watching your left door, Hal. They bubbled.
The Gibby's one shot.
I'm gonna look at this door. Come with me, Evan. Come with me.
I thirsted
with
the
you,
Gibby.
with
I thirsted the Gibby.
Good shit.
I got shot on my side, Hal.
Yeah, it's fine. Look at me, Evan. Look at me.
Give me that, give me that.
Hal played both of these fights that are happening in this area really well. Played the head glitch, after one hip fire sprays, and then just angling himself to the right so the team could help afterwards. He played these fights really good.
I stunned one below. I cracked all 3 below. Are you trying to fight that?
No, chill.
I'm not with you guys.
I don't know how many is bottom floor.
I don't know.
I think it's only 2. I think.
One's down. One is
I can
knocked.
peek
and
the
then
window.
Okay, can we look at this?
So Scars is actually already they already died here trying to cross over and capitalize on OG getting knocked or Duplex getting knocked and firsted over here. I don't think Scars knew that this was OG and that TSM was up top, but they took a chance on this and kind of I guess collided with OG at the same time, with TSM being in a really good position, like a perfect position almost to take on both of these teams at the same time.
Yeah, I gotta cross on the bridge to you guys.
Pop in the cell.
He's outside. He went outside.
There's one knocked below you guys.
He's outside. I cracked him. He went inside. Kill him.
Where?
No, he's on the
I
right.
don't know. He was just.
Did he climb?
Was he?
He's in the corner in the knockdown.
You're alone. Don't die.
He's in the corner in the knockdown. I'm healing.
I
You
need
gotta
help,
help him,
boys.
Evan. You gotta help him, Evan. You gotta help him.
I'm pumping a bat.
I think this was kind of a shit show. I mean, I was cheering and I was excited at the time watching this, but I think this was kind of a shit show. Hal saw him jumping to the right, but obviously didn't see him inside or like going anywhere. I think he should have realized that he went to the corner instead, but I mean, heat of the moment kind of thing.
Pumping a bat. Get the knock if you can.
He's
Get the
cracked.
knock.
He's cracked. He's
Get
cracked.
the knock if you can.
Peeking.
Thirst the knock. He
Got
ran
it.
around.
On me.
Ran around.
Nice.
A
Stay alive, stay
skittle.
alive.
I'm
Chill,
closing
chill.
this door. I'm closing this door.
Okay, I'm pumping a med. Stay together.
In this case, they should just heal up, play together, watch the angles. Usually when you wipe a team, like within the next 10, 15 seconds, a team will try to fight you because they think you're weak after a fight.
There's no name.
So they pretty much wiped out this fight. It wasn't really that clean. I don't think they were calling out or realizing just how many people were still left on this team. And of course, they didn't know it was OG. I think he should have realized that this guy went in here in this corner. But it is what it is. So I think at this point, nothing much really happens. Nothing much really happens until I believe GMT lands on their south side.
We're gonna mirror this. Actually, wait. Just chill.
We can get behind this Gibby bubble.
Okay, let's walk up.
Shoot the Gibby. Shoot the Falcons one. Gibby.
40 flush on Gibby.
Walk up. It's a solo left.
LG is dead.
I think I stunned him.
I feel alive.
You have to wipe that.
Dead.
Nice.
Fresh red armor.
Another team on the north side.
We just walk this
With
in
the
now.
grab bats.
Watch that way. Watch that direction.
There's a team back there. I gotta heal.
Popping cell.
They're gonna buckle. We just walk this in.
Yes.
We're walking in.
Spitfire with no ammo. I have 116 heavy. Is there heavy anywhere?
There's
I'm
heavy on that
dropping you
buddy
side.
right there. I just
You got
walked
it? You
right.
I got some.
Keep following me. I have 40 light.
Team on the right. Team over here.
Team here.
I feel like in this situation here, actually, we had a. So if you played this late game, if you played this late game before in competitive, you will know that someone is gonna play this rich line up here, and someone's gonna try to play this exact like middle thing here because it's the only thing that has cover. East side is also gonna be taken. There's gonna be a team on the north side choke, and possibly south of this building as well. There's like a small little wall here to hide on. You're also probably gonna have a team trying to rotate from west to east on shipfall, like from shipfall, and get involved in a fight here going late. If I was TSM in this case, I know Hal didn't say a word about it. I think he wanted to peek this angle here that he's peeking right now, and Hal wanted to get a glimpse of a Jibby bubble being up and literally a free fight about to happen. That's what he wanted. He wanted a free fight to happen just in front of him so that he could get in on that and snowball off it. But well, really, you should have alcoholed. And there was no talk about a alcohol at all. I feel like Verhost or Jordan could also have suggested it. Even with the zone pushing in the back, there was plenty of time to do it.
Team over here.
Team here. Can we
I have
buckle?
Gibby
No,
also.
we can't. We're gonna have to bubble forward.
I'm Gibby thing this team in front of us. I'm trying to save bubble right now. Just break the barrels.
Right side as well.
Moments before disaster with TSM, I think we should walk it in. That's the sentence. The legendary sentence.
Bubble forward, Jordan, bubble forward. Look right now.
This is the shitfall team from west to east, but there was actually another team. This was the last guy remaining. There's a bubble down here. I think this is Team Liquid.
Look forward, come forward. Look left.
Another team on the right. There's
Look
another
left,
team on the right.
Look left. We gotta wait. I got
Chee! I like the comms though. I think the comms are fucking clean.
Wipe left. Opponent. I'm shit on.
We're getting put.
Can we wipe this?
This is another team from west to east.
70 on raise.
Cracked the wraith. Wraith is cracked.
All three on me.
Yeah,
On me, guys.
Blood crack.
Team Empire.
Get
Chee! Okay.
Fuck, man.
And we're dead. There were several things that could have been done with a Valgald in this situation. You could have landed closer to the end game. There's a few playable spots where you would definitely have to move because otherwise you would get shot in the back. But you could also have extended your life for a little bit and then opted to take a fight, or you could have tried to oop. Those were the options in this case.
I'm with you, Al.
I got him. Free kill.
Nice.
Chee!
Nice.
Team in the bubble over here.
I'm
Yeah,
going down.
Make sure no one's coming behind us, boys.
I can't play out with you. No.
Is there a chance that we...
Also, guys, quick thing. I actually think one of the teams in the EU that could have done it really well was Element 6. The losers bracket finals didn't go well for them, but they did really well until then, and they were making good aggressive plays in like the earlier rounds. I like that as well. Nags kind of went nuclear at some moments during during the LAN. He played really well.
They're getting arc sergeant shit.
Are they fighting on that right side?
I don't know. I think maybe
It's a
we
low
look at
team on
that.
our left,
Come over
low
here,
team
come
on our
with me, come with me, maybe.
We might get mirrored. There's a team on our left that's hard looking at us.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
This guy's peeking us.
I'm not sure if we can go over there yet.
I don't think we can.
Really just looking for an opportunity here. Hal is also playing Ash, so he knows when people get knocked and firsted. So, good opt to take a Valgalt, but if you take a Valgalt in this situation without really knowing if your spot is secured later on, it's a tough one. Because you don't know if you're gonna land safe. You're most likely not gonna land safe with 12 squads left.
Let them fight.
Right in front of us.
Yeah, don't,
Right here.
I'm shooting that guy.
Dead,
Nice.
dead.
Empire
Flash. Hit him 45. Hit him 45.
getting a little bit of their own medicine on this
Finish
one.
out.
They're shooting shotguns. Do we
So
want
why
them
they
like this?
didn't
Yeah,
always
let's
didn't
all
almost
of
like
us.
instantly
All of
go an angle on
They
this
wiped, they got
after getting that first knock? I don't really understand. I guess they were still looking for an opportunity on the west side, but really should probably have pushed up on OG early on here.
I'm
dirty,
giving
I'm
ulting this. I'm giving ulting this.
This is pretty good though. Nades, important nades, gets a stock here. It's just over.
I think I stuck one, I think.
80 on 1, 80 on 1.
I cracked two, I cracked two,
I knocked one. Contact on the left. Contact.
An instant defensive bombardment also comes in as well after the bubble disappears, and knocked is like 1 HP after that arc star.
Contact's on the blue crates on the left.
He's running, he's running.
Give me both. 1 HP give me on me. Got him.
Nice, nice. Last guy's running,
Swap,
away.
Pop in his range.
Thirst, please.
Last guy running away, he's...
So I like this, and I also liked how I don't think they should have made any efforts to Valgald in this case, but you are in this next zone that is about to be, you are in quite a particular situation where there's a high ground on your right side where most likely 1 or 2 teams are safe and would be playing from, and you have west side where another team would be posting up. You're kind of like the man in the middle. I feel like if played right, this position they got here will not even be that bad. But I have not played this scenario too many times, so I actually know if there's like a really good spot where you don't get hit anywhere.
He's
up
like
here.
so on the blue
Don't
crates.
close in, don't close in.
Yeah,
Bro,
last guy
please.
so...
Evan, thirst. You fuck. Holy shit.
Relax.
Passion.
Are we safe to walk in here?
Yes, I'm gonna just TP us just in case we have to, okay?
This is tough already, but the thing is, I don't think TSM makes a huge mistake right here. The team on the right were not they were not posing at them when the zone was still pulling like 10 seconds ago. They were not angling on them, so I don't think they realized that this team was gonna be a threat to them. I think he opted to just walk it in because okay, fuck it, they're probably not even gonna watch this that much. But now they're playing in between. There's a team on the west side and a team on the east side.
We're fine. Just
Crouch on me, crouch on me, crouch on me.
Yeah. Solo here. I think.
He's dead.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So what actually happens here? I remember the west team starts to push.
There's a Kraber somewhere. I don't know where.
I'm gonna
I
see
don't
if
have
we can
Gibio.
get
I
down
don't
here.
have Gibio.
Watch our back, Evan. Watch our back.
Set the stabilize here and walk this in. I got tethered.
100 on 1.
So this team down here is full safe.
Follow bat.
Hal gets beamed. Jibby coming in, hits the ash portal back.
We got third
Where?
Oh, up here. They did that.
They wiped.
It's literally just picking for straws here. Go one direction or go the other direction. If they all went for the west, I know Hal was looking for opportunities and like looking to make the call to push in, but I don't know. Maybe if they like angle as a free man on this team down on the west side, they would wipe them really fast.
They just took height. They're all up there now. They're all on the
Yeah,
right.
yeah, they're
Can't do it,
too late.
Now
Too
this
late.
spot is bad.
We're good, I think we're
Now
good.
this spot is bad because now the west side team has got so much space. Hal and the boys could probably have used the STP to go up here, but this team is now looking at the space that they just gotten for free. Free real estate because TSM left it.
Mirror from where we just came from.
Yeah. At the bomb, at the bomb, at the bomb.
Bomber bat.
30 on Gib.
Like to just go on
Knock is
teams.
cracked. Knock is cracked. I'm 1 HP. I got shot in the back.
Yeah, a guy was walking up, getting shot in the bat
I have a
now.
purple knock. I have a purple knock.
Give me, yeah, look.
One shot.
Look
One
right,
shot.
look right.
7 squads left. They have like 6 kills, I
You guys
think.
gotta fight this.
Pop in the bat.
Yeah, no shit. Just give me just.
So
give me
bad
knock.
for them.
Let me play knock. Can you look? Can you look, Evan?
Yeah, I'm looking.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
I'm trying to hit a bat.
They're right here.
You
They're
need
right
to
here.
I'm trying to hit a bat. I just have to hit a bat. You gotta look at that. Just look at them, please.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. They're
I
not
cannot
pushing.
take zone.
Pop in
I
the
know.
bat. Pop in the bat.
You're gonna have to bubble forward, Jordan. Like bubble forward. We're gonna play here. We're
Okay,
gonna play
let
here.
me pop the syringe. You ready? I'm bubbling
Yeah.
Do
forward.
that.
I'm bubbling forward now.
Yeah.
I can't even get into it, man.
Yeah.
Cracked one. Cracked one.
I don't really think Jordan made a mistake here. I don't really think any of them really fucked up big time here. They definitely needed to fight a team, but they were trying to buy themselves enough time for the zone to pull around these guys, so that they could maybe find a spot to play here just in front of them. But the team up top will also be angling. Like it's just chalked at this point. I think there was a brief moment where you could have hit a Valkyrie if the east side team didn't reset their Valkyrie as they was trying to get it, and maybe you would have taken like a zone tick or something. They were already low, but you know that's like the last opportunity to do something that could be a power play.
I'm gonna run forward. I'm gonna run forward. I'm gonna run forward.
On
Stay
you guys,
alive,
on you,
Evan.
on you. Evan, just live, just live.
Fuck, man. Couldn't, man.
There's 3
Anyway,
now.
that's kind of that game. That's kind of that game. Like indecisive, I'd say. I think the rotation from south to north was much better than anticipated. Getting a few kills here and there was really good as well, but a little bit indecisive here in the end. I think micro calls is where we went bad with this one, but also you could maybe. I don't really think there was any like individual performance mistakes. It was just a bad micro call, honestly. And you know, we could also talk about how the team should have maybe played closer to each other. Hal was like out finding angles because they wanted to figure out if there was a better spot than what they were currently playing. And they do risk, like if they play here and all of them was moving west instead of Hal, the east side team could have seen that and used that as an opportunity to push on TSM. But why would they give up their top spot though? That's the real question.
Yep.
We're leaving at 25 seconds to zone 1 pole. Which is, it's kind of like it's pretty late. Like antenna is just like a really late rotation. Like rotational wise, antenna is just kind of ass. It's kind of ass. It's like a whole minute too late from where you want to be rotating if you don't have replicator. So let's skip a little bit.
Blue
Yeah,
back right.
green ash.
I don't really
Oh,
think
yeah?
much happens here. Okay, wait,
Land on them,
hold
let's
up,
go.
hold up. What's the call here?
Lane on them. Can we lane on them maybe?
Land on him. Hal wants to kill his team. Very, 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 very bad.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, can we Valkyrie and lane on them?
Yep.
Let's go.
Coming.
That's an interesting play.
Just don't lane on top of it. So
Why
We're going over the, right here.
Lane behind the tree. I'm laning behind the tree.
was it a duo or
I'm with Evan.
I'm walking up hard.
Keep going
They're
through.
portaling. They're gonna portal.
are you home?
Go,
Yeah.
go, go, go.
Take the
Keep,
port.
keep
Portal.
chasing, keep chasing, keep chasing. Don't
Is it a
take port,
duo?
Don't take port.
Like what we chase?
Don't take port.
Why is this team being chased
45
about?
blue, 45 blue on one. I don't know who.
They're both behind the tree.
I cancel the Valkyrie. Valkyrie's cracked.
Chase this.
I'm walking up hard.
This is
Fuck, it's really
such a
fucking low.
chase.
One went left.
I'm TPing the
What
height.
the fuck?
45 on Ash again.
One
They
went
have to
left
go
in the
through the door.
building.
One
I
HP.
got-
Yeah, I got
one
one.
went
Oh
left.
no, it's Scars
One
again.
under you or something.
Bro, TSM have killed Scars 3 games in a row now.
Come back, Evan.
Is that
He's going up,
Tysheen?
He's on the roof.
Get on height, Evan.
I'm coming now.
Okay,
Crack
okay,
me.
okay. I'm jumping down.
Dude, the fucking dogs, the problems are out, man. They're coming.
Kicking
I'm
the door,
kicking.
kicking the door.
Oh,
Heal,
that's
heal, heal.
Tyson. Match. So
I don't know.
I think a fundamental thing that we haven't talked about this whole game at the moment with TSM, like we've already acknowledged that the zone is going west, but macro calling, in terms of where we're playing it from, what's like where is the zone actually going? What are our next steps instead of just like we're chasing this team? We haven't. There's a bunch of things we haven't done here in terms of macro calls, and like I think they are just trying to play hard edge on this one without talking about where to go, which I generally don't like from teams. I like teams when they at least try to have a plan for the game, but plans change. So if there's opportunities happening, you can chase into that. But I don't like the TSM in general. Don't fucking think forward. They don't think forward. What's Cloud9 instead with Grace on the team, and Grace and Mac are both ping-ponging ideas for how they're going to play the game. They are making a game plan as soon as they see Zone 1 and Zone 2. They're able to plan ahead to understand what they're going to do with the game. And I just think TSM could fucking sharpen up in that area. So definitely something I tried to push as an agenda when I played with them, but TSM was getting consistent top 3 anyway, and I think Jordan really wanted to do it back then. Snipe as well. Snipe was actually quite interested in zone calling, and he could see the benefit of it, but if Hal isn't on board with it, it's just not gonna happen. I think fundamentally TSM could use a coach. I don't think I think the organization, TSM, like the management, wouldn't have an issue in hiring a coach if they really wanted it. And if anything, watching this tournament now or playing this tournament that just happened in Sweden, if that's not a fucking wake up call to how easy it is to get knocked out of tournaments if you get sloppy. How fucking easy it is to lose out if you don't have a game plan, if you come in and you don't adapt fast, if there's things changing, and you just get knocked the fuck out, and you flew to an entire different country or a different state, paid a bunch of money to get there, a bunch of time, money, commitment, just to get kicked the fuck out. I don't know, like you're just a stupid motherfucker if you can't see the advantages of teams like Team Liquid, Alliance, and Cloud9. Obviously getting like obviously Team Liquid the top performer of the 3 right now, but all of them getting into the finals with relative ease and being able to adapt.
Okay.
If these guys Valko, we might just walk in.
Yeah.
They're shooting at somebody. They're Gdolphn.
Team comes out
They're
there.
fighting the duo.
They
They're fighting
crossed
the- I
over.
think we just
Here they're interested. I guess in kind of maybe taking this fight, but
toss this in. They're fighting the duo.
walk it in moments before disaster. Hell edition. We walk it in. Okay. This is a mistake. The IGL says make sure we get to zone, but the IGL is the person who's supposed to get you to the zone. So I guess Hal just gave away a little bit of responsibility, but Verholz actually feeds him the information here. He obviously he's not calling, but he is making a micro call. There's a team. I mean, he's making a call so that Hal can make a micro call. Sorry.
On our build,
I got the kill, I got the kill, I got the kill.
This is TSM coach
People are
now.
afraid.
They don't have
They're
one.
walking in too. This team on the west.
They have a
walking in.
manager.
Come here left. Come here left. Come to the left side. Right here. Look this.
No.
Game 7?
I think they're trying to hold.
What's
both
game
buildings.
7?
Take the building.
I think so.
Is that the first game of game round 2 or what?
No. Just chill
I'm
here.
batting
Just
at the
chill
bat,
here.
at the bat,
Just
at the
chill
bat.
here. We're good. Watch out behind.
We got Gdolphn.
Bubble,
We got Gdolphn.
Bubble. I'm gonna have to TP. I think
I
maybe.
Gdolphn on the building.
I think we're gonna have to TP.
It's good that Jordan makes a proactive decision here, but they're already in a really bad spot. Hal opts to make an Ash TP, but doesn't really know what's on the other side now.
You got TP us somewhere. You have the TP. Got double Gdolphn. You have the TP us somewhere.
Follow me.
I'm cracked.
Like,
I'm safe here. I'm pumping a bat. I just fucked.
he is so late.
Hold her knock.
Yeah.
I'm blocking
Block
it.
that.
Above, above.
Swung on now. Unlucky. Anyway, there was a lot of open space in this one, and there was only like 10 squads left. Hitting a Valk ulti. No one in your back. No one in your back, but a team visibly west plus northeast. Burrows called it out. It was the play, and it wasn't even discussed. It wasn't even discussed. This is the first game of World Sets now, guys. We're gonna turn off the lo-fi. I'm getting... Can you ever get too much lo-fi? I think so. I think it's good that we're talking finally. Like, this is actually the first game where I feel like TSM is talking about the rotations that, or the spots that they will want to take, because they know where the zone is going. Now we're actually talking about where to go, but you don't know for sure if this building is gonna be taken or not. So it's good to just know in general where you want to play and where the good spots are. And one thing I want to talk about real quick, guys, about Hal's loot rotation on East Fragment. The thing I want to say is that it's dog shit. And I've already told him this multiple times. And his loot rotation on East Fragment is very slow. We miss out on this building, this diner usually, and this building. Because landing and train, it has no loot spot on the right side. It has loot spot on the left up top, but they're usually not like high tier. Jordan, who loots Beacon building, can usually take 2/3 of this building without losing any of his rotation at the time on most zones. Instead, Hal should be either landing this building on the south side or diner, and then looting the other two buildings, and then maybe getting, like, if there's a west zone, you can actually get, I think, 1/3 of the loot spots in here. Instead, he misses a lot of buildings and the rotational time that he takes. Well, it could be better. I think they lose around 20 to 30 seconds on average every game because Hal doesn't loot right. And I've told him this, and I've shown him that it's faster to loot the other way. And why he doesn't want to fucking change is because he's too stubborn. So
I'm gonna go under the tower.
They're running to my right. Shoot the Gibby, shoot the Gibby. He's almost cracked.
Hal has just moved. Okay, so I don't like what's going on here because we're not waiting for the team. He's rushing to get a better spot in zone, thinking that the zone is gonna end on the backside. He really hasn't. Like, he has come to the conclusion that this is like a hard overlook zone, that it goes hard overlook or goes in here, and that this is like the god spot. A good part of this zone overlaps on the south side as well, so that it may not be hard on overlook, is something that is overlooked. It was rushed here. They were moving phase to B to C, different spots. Burhos and Jordan are both in the back. Hal is gonna make a rotation alone here, by the looks of it.
Keep moving, I'm gonna keep moving.
Another team moving on the south side.
Wait, there's traps somewhere. They're running towards the back.
Team flying
Yeah,
in.
team flying in.
There's traps inside here, be careful. We're good, we're good.
So here we stay.
Like, yeah, I think we have to do staircase. Like down below. What do you guys think?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I can't scout it. Oh my god.
I don't think it's a good. It's usually not a good spot. I played this zone quite a lot. Even if you play on the south side here, there's always one squad coming in late, going from north to south, trying to rotate around here, and you will usually get stuck in this choke between a team trying to play right here, this team, and then a team pushing north to south. So like them trying to be that extra team that goes from north to south is not I don't like it as a player. I don't like it as a player. I like it more if they try to force themselves in here or hit a Valkyrie.
There's not a lot of safe spots, really.
Basically, land somewhere where we get focused in both sides.
Oh, are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, this team is... Fuck, man. That's what we gotta do now. We gotta do now.
Monka
We gotta
Giga.
go now. We gotta go now.
Monka Giga. Monka Giga. Monka Giga.
They're right above us.
I'm popping it.
Let's go, let's go.
Ah!
Spin like crazy. Spin like crazy.
Spin to the win.
Teams on the west side. I think we have to go top side like you said. Or we can third
Here.
them.
No, go here. Go, turn around and go top silo. Go, turn around and go.
Here. Team fighting there. Go. But
Go top silo.
this is went crazy here.
Go turn
Which
around
one?
top
Which
silo.
one?
Top silo.
Spam it,
This one.
spam.
This one. This one on my ping. Look across. We got Gdolphn. We got Gdolphn. Bubble, Jordan. You got a bubble. We're gonna have to jump down. I think.
We're gonna shoot on.
Behind us. Back to the horizon.
Yeah. It's a tough scene. It's a tough scene, but it's also hard to know what is really open here. But in general, for this overlook zone, and I'm only saying it because I've seen it at 2 trillion times. There are so much open space on the west side because the west side teams usually try to take up too much space, angling at other people, and then they like the bottom spots are usually open.
Okay, it's going big mud.
Don't smell anything.
Oh no, no. Oh, Troll Despair. I remember this one. Where? You know what happened? I'm gonna tell you guys later what happened after this game when TSM confronted Optic about what happened. Zone 2, by the way. People have had plenty of time to rotate in, so it's gotta be packed.
We're gonna hover and see.
Moments before disaster. Okay, they're taking the Valkyrie ulti from, first of all, the low ground. They knew there was a team east that wasn't posting on them. There's no team directly above them. They could have walked into choke. They take the Valkyrie from the low ground, so they don't get like the full height. They're going in blind.
See what's open, okay? We have to make a call in like whatever.
Oh, there's the team in the choke. There's a team in the choke. But still, we're going in blind.
It's open. Yeah.
I didn't see them before. But still, this is bad. I've died like this so many times.
I think side door looks good. I don't see anybody who's speaking out.
Okay, spam ping it when you're landing. Spam ping it when you're landing.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm diving in.
Yeah, I'm diving too.
There's just one team holding this entire thing.
They might drop down.
Get on the door.
Might
Get on
drop
the door
down.
now. Get on the door
they
now.
might drop. Just look around, please. Don't let them drop on us. They might be looking to.
The first blue spot right there.
They're looking to fuck with us, maybe. They're looking to fuck with us.
It's a teammate or a guy right above us.
Hell, the boys in this case, they thought that more than one team was holding down Mod, but this is one team. What should they have done? They should have waited. They should have waited in Geyser. Like if they don't have the info, they should have waited in Geyser, or they should have landed somewhere and tried to take as much space as possible. But in this case, we're landing on Mod. There's actually only one team here. They take this much space, like a fucking 4x4 house in Minecraft, and we don't branch out. We're just waiting. We don't have any information. This is Optic just working at them right now.
Can we go bottom?
Grab this
Can we
blue.
go?
Yeah. They're on bottom. I'm bumped on us. Like, they might push in. The Cossack on. Whoa, you gotta chow that
Can we
guy,
go back up? Can we go back up?
Yes.
Okay.
Go back up. Oh, no, me.
Kill this Valk.
I'm pumping it back.
Knock is cracked.
That in as well.
No.
Bro.
Dead now.
Yeah. And Verl survives for a few extra seconds here, but really this is a typical bad Valkyrie ulti, and it's not. This is not like this could have been, I suppose, avoided with a little bit of extra care. It's not. It's also not on Verholz because he was just going for the spot that was pinged, but forcing himself into something that was more available and playable. That's definitely it. Okay, so what happened here, guys? Optic after this round, TSM came up to Optic. They're like, "Why are you guys the only team holding Mod?" And Optic in Giga Chat, in the most Giga Chat voice ever, Noct says, "Well, we already killed the first team that was there, and then you guys shouldn't have played there because it's our, Mod is ours." He said, "Mod is ours, man." like Optic is just, but I can't even say it in such a Giga Chat mode that he did. But he just basically said, "Mod is ours, man. You shouldn't have played there."
I mean, maybe Valko and see if we can grab something early. Like, let's say maybe south side is open. Maybe we want to do that so before anyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Popping in now.
So I asked Hal about what went down here, because obviously there will be a team playing on the south side trying to hold this choke, but they were gonna hold it a little bit further. There was one team here playing these this fence line because they are opting to Valk ult a little bit later, and like going late. We're hitting the Valk ult right now, kind of going in blind, searching for a location. There was one team in Harvester kind of taking shots across here. We're a little bit afraid of that. But with the team here, I wouldn't really call it a separated fight. But it wouldn't hurt to wait an extra zone and just sit tight for a minute instead of doing this blinding. But there were probably spots on the backside of on west side here that were open. They just happened to choose the spot. You guys will see in a second. They happen to choose the spot where you're locking yourself down. You have nowhere to play, and you only have like one way to move.
We gotta hover and see if south side is open.
I don't see anything right. Oh, there's a guy right there.
There's a team there. Maybe we fly over and go underneath. I think
Yeah,
we fly over
we
and
go
go
underneath then. We go underneath.
If there's a team
Three
there,
boats.
fly.
They're
They're leaning on the valve too
Like
much.
here, we go into here.
No, it's okay to lean on the valve. It's just these are just bad valve ults. They did a lot of they don't disagree, guys. Like I see a lot on socials, a lot of like Reddit, fucking Twitter, Twitch, whatever, and people like, bro, GSM, the valve ults are. Wait, is he holding his head? Is Minus Temper holding his left his head? It's like he's got no. Moments before disaster. Motherfucker. No, but obviously their valve ults are just, they're not doing it with information. They're doing it blindly. And there's a lot of people that do it without information and then find good spots. Anyway, what I was saying about the social thing, guys, they know that the valve ults were giving them 0-point games. They're not fake about it or stubborn about it or anything. They just made bad valve ults and didn't really know how to fix it at the time.
I don't see anybody.
I don't see anything
unless
either.
they're hiding.
Okay, it was just just in case headset.
They're above. They're above. They're above.
I like-
I'm
going to
below.
this
I'm
side.
landing below. I'm
I
landing below.
like my
So
narrative
am I,
better.
so am I.
There's traps everywhere.
They're gonna like triple drop
What?
on the side. Be ready, because they're gonna get destroyed. I think about height.
Oh,
It's a horrible spot up there.
I know.
I have Gibio. I can force Bob.
Yeah,
We need to
I'm
force
taking
up ourselves
Paul's
first.
valve ults really well.
Watch these angles here. They're getting shot.
Yeah, I can't climb because it's top of thermal. They're gonna shoot me.
I'm gonna throw a vert. You ready?
Yeah. Throw it.
Popping cell.
Don't get hit, Evan, because they might make a play on us.
So that other team is playing the staircase slash up top. There's no teams poking from the east side. You know, this is already a bad situation, and I think instead of fighting the team here, which is kind of like too late, and they don't have an entry, that other team has caustic too, so they could probably just caustic all that, and it would come down to a bubble fight. I think they could either choose to rotate west further into thermal, which is not in zone, and then try to play below to give themselves some space and some time to rethink where they would rather push. Instead, they also go to the north side and play under the other platform or whatever, which seems almost like the only choice in a situation where you're locked in to like you're forced to make this movement unless you want to force on this team. It's just a hard one.
If they ape, just fucking just let me know. Photo's not open, but it's fine. Photo's not open, but it's fine. Very good. Wait.
Wait, what?
From height. We just wait for zone to close. We'll be fine. We just have to wait for zone to close. Can we get underneath the fucking other sky, the other one?
Yeah.
So was there a team here already, or are they playing under here because it's just better cover? Because I feel like if was there a team on the south side? Was the team on the south side the one that took their top now with caustic, or was there already a team here? Because if there's no team here, but only a team on the south side, I feel like they should just have looked in that direction, like stay on the south side of this, and then look that direction to show presence.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah.
We just walk this in. Like, get away from that fucking up over there. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, this is fine.
I'm 9-4.
This is fine, clueless.
I think.
Oh no, they're right here.
They're right above
What?
us. Right above us.
Okay, so it's a team that crosses from west to above them, but we're not looking at it because we're playing below. I guess it's a micro call that goes wrong. It's I feel like we should actually add that to the list maybe. Like, even though in micro call it's also like micromanagement of the team, but in micro calls I feel like a fundamental thing of it is every single person knowing or like keeping each other accountable for what angles they're supposed to hold when they're holding spots. Like, are you holding? Okay, I'm holding west. Okay, you hold north. Hal holds south. Call out if anyone is moving in on it. That kind of thing. I feel like it deserves almost like a spot of its own.
Right above us, right above us.
Okay, so so the team from West angled for. Okay, I will say, in TSM's defense, like playing below here, and then having this team almost rotate like without a sound from west to east from Hal's perspective, by the way, is kind of jogged. I don't know how they did it. They must have literally like jumped across or something. No audio. Either that or they were ratting up there, but I really doubt they were ratting up there. That would be crazy. And at this point, you know, what actually happens here?
They're right here.
They're right above us.
Jordan calls they're right above us. I don't think Hal realizes what's going on at this point. He's like, there's a jippy bubble over. He's like, dude, let's go.
Right above us, right above us, right above us.
Okay, and this is when it's too late. Caustic ulti comes down. I think it's down to bubble fight, but we're already. I mean, we're 2 blues. Hal's not in positioning. What could have saved the fight here, though? I will say. And I was talking to the TSM media manager at the same time here. And by the way, Dunk, I love you, but you are. I mean, you're obviously not a pro at Apex, but you could see this. That Hal probably thinks that this team has already dropped down below, and that he would be more useful on the right side. It's like that fucking meme with the car on the motorway, where it's like kill the full team on the left side. You know, it's where the car can drift. Kill the full team on the left side, or get insane angles, or certain death, and then it drifts to the right. No questions asked. It's kind of like that meme that happens right here. I see my face before, man. All right, let's go.
I'm gonna look for it. I got above. I have to above out.
Yeah, above out.
This is where it could have gone well.
Guys against
On it.
one, guys against one.
And here, alright, this is where I'm truly puzzled. They're still playing up top, by the way. They're still playing up top. Jordan Verhulst moving to the right here, buying himself a little bit of time. Could rotate, like, okay, on the micro level right now, we could rotate here. We could rotate here, take the angles close to the wall, maybe buy ourselves enough time to cover a battery. They're jumping down here in the hole right now. There's still toxic gas. Hal tries to hit like an arc star inside the bubble to prevent them from pushing straight into it. But kind of hard commits.
Kill this guy, he's by himself. I have to heal.
Bubble there. So not bubble here plus barrel equals bad time.
I'm on his feet.
The thing that's just the thing that bothers me here. Like this is the you just play time here, and you're actually not even down bad because they commit to the low ground. Hal's done a lot of damage up top. They're like, oh my god, guys, we're gonna get shot the fucking back by Hal. Okay, but they don't know it's Hal, but we're gonna get shot in the top. We better drop down. We better commit downwards. But Hal has like rotated around. Could probably have kept committing to the top. He would have taken damage, but he would also buy more time for Verhulst and Jordan. And then here he was kind of like he was doing good damage here, I think. But
I'm shooting on them. Play my knock.
30 in one arc, not full damage. Verhulst goes up top. They already got the swap on Jordan.
Yeah, man.
I just couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Would you guys say that's a pretty good take on this fight as a whole? TSM would have won this fight if Hal kept committing to the south side of this angle where he was already doing damage, and Verhulst and Jordan just plays around the wall instead. I know Team Liquor, they're goated, but I feel like for a second there, that actually bought themselves a pretty good chance of winning it. It's actually true that here because I initially thought that that Hal and the boys didn't call this zone correctly because they were playing in a position that's arguably not the best for this specific zone. But let's see when they actually leave. After this session of games were finished, I did say to them, did you not know there was going tower? But they didn't actually call it. So good stuff, TSM. I love you.
In the corner then.
Seeing Hal and Caustic is just wrong.
My loot's not bad. I
Yeah, I
see
have
a side.
RA45. Rampage PK. I have all
Motherfucker says his loot is not bad, but he's they are on triple white. Hal, for the love of the fucking God, for the love of God, please, if you ever see this video, and I hope you will, because I feel like we're making some good points. But you know, it can all be summarized to something but shorter than this. But if you ever see this video, Hal, change your loot pattern, because looting train is almost never worth it. It takes too much time. Please start landing diner or south house, depending on your orientation. Thank you. So what actually happens here, they try to rotate through Frag West, and I think Team Burger is still using the replicator to no one's surprise. They go up north to Epicenter to opt into a Valkyrie ult, and the Valkyrie ult they try to hit over to the west side to get further into zone. We're still 3 white armors, by the way. How does Hal tap strafe? He doesn't W bind to Scorpio, or he doesn't tap strafe. Do you see him tap strafing? He's gotta be capping. Like he just tweeted at me, said he had bounded ages ago.
This one over here. Well, like, not the tunnel, but the outside of it, if we can.
Okay.
I think we want to play the outside of it.
Test optic from mill. No, they should not do that. But I do think that command center would be a better spot. But 100 Thieves is still on them. 100 Thieves is still a really good contender. I mean, it's a full mouse and key team. I still think TSM could win that one if they really wanted to continue contesting for it. It's definitely better than Antenna. I feel like Cascade is also good, but you know, Team Liquid is on that.
Yeah, just play truck. We don't really have a choice right now.
Other teams walking up on that team.
Yeah, we just have to stay here.
Players there.
So I don't really know what I don't like what's going on here initially. Obviously we are playing Caustic, but at this point we're still 3 white armors. BSD building over here, as Tyler keeps calling it, is already taken. There's no shot that you can already rotate throughout the choke. Hal has correctly called this zone, which makes me very happy. But you can't cross over there. It's like, in general, I feel like if the position that you're playing does not add value in terms of the placement points that you can get later on, and it does not give you like a positioning that will grant you kills, I feel like it's a bad positioning, and it can be really hard to see, especially when there's a lot of money on the line, etc.
I need this 3 times. Wait, it's not 3 times. Fuck, man.
Alright, just get trapped.
Sade, thank you for following.
You gotta try and farm with gun shield.
Bro, I can't shoot it. I don't have a gun. I'm gonna have to swap guns out.
The thing is, there are so
many.
many players that realize that this is what it's all about, but struggle to explain it,
12-0, by the way.
why it is this way.
Bro, I need
But
to
you
swap
know
keyboards.
what
Like,
it's
my
about.
D key is like bugged. We're good for
So
now,
they're
we're good for
opting.
now.
They opt to take a rotation from the tracks here. Soulfree is pushing in to play somewhere in the middle instead. There's quite decent cover in this area, but there's a team playing BSD, and there's I think there's a team maybe playing up here in the choke already, and a team pushing in from the south side.
I got gold bag. We're fine.
Oh, they are. This
You gotta
might
be careful.
this might have been Jibby. Sorry, Rip Salty. I'm not sure if you ulti this building or not.
North? Like, I meant north.
Okay, yeah. So pretty much, that's what happened. Team up top, team down low. Bubble is pushed. Bubble is popped up here.
Evan, look north, or look northwest, because these guys are gonna start focusing us, man.
Our team is running up. I
They're
don't
actually walking up on the right side.
One's still on the roof.
2 on the right.
really bad armors here.
Okay, at the bat. I got a bat.
Not the worst guns, but bad
Walk up
armors.
there, the guy's still on the roof.
Team just
Team
landed
over
right
there.
here.
I'm ready.
They bumped already.
I think we go on our
I
ping.
think so, yeah. Spam.
So I can kind of see why they would go with the Valk ult here. Someone is pushing the back. We haven't made any efforts to angle in the north team. They have a high ground. South team is we're gonna get shot in the back. So it's kind of a messed up situation. Only question is like, where is it better to go? Is it better to try to hit a noob off the north wall where the team had just hit a noob? Or is it better to try to find an ISO spot down here? But ISO spots down here are kind of, it's difficult. It's difficult because at this point in the circle, you're going to have teams on the north side. And this team that is already playing here is going to be on your ass.
There's somebody there. Look, right here.
Alright.
Maybe hug my side over here. Right here.
Get trapped down
Team
now.
up there.
Trapped down now.
Yeah.
Getting naded, just shoot the traps.
I need a better drop spot than East Flag.
Team on over here. Team on over here.
I agree that East Flag is not the best drop spot anymore, but it also doesn't change the fact that if they looted better, they might be doing slightly better from East Fragment.
We can't play here. We have to move.
I don't have
to
to
Move
go.
on the side, move on the side, move on the side. There's a
Full
soul.
team right there.
Use me. It's my cost to go. Come over your back, come over your back.
Live, just live. Hide in the corner, Evan. Just hide, Evan, hide.
Okay, so yeah, obviously Evan is gonna die here in a second. I just I think this situation was as scuffed as it could probably get. And you know, it's easy for me to sit with the forehead take and say, wow, they should just have hit a better Valkyrie ulti. It's so easy to say because obviously if there was no one angling from the north side, they were getting shot from the north side. This spot would have been that bad, but there was also both a team up top and a team down below, potentially a team on the west. There was just nowhere to go if you land here. Probably a better shot at hitting Valgold, ooping off, fighting the team that just flew in, having an absolute cluster of a party up here, hopefully getting out without losing a team member.
We fucked up because we needed to get to that corner at the start of the game.
So game with wins this one.
There's a massive in here.
I'm gonna take that.
I feel like they might rat that shit.
They put the drone there.
Probably just go for back Lava City or something.
Yeah, come on.
I don't recall if TSM makes a mistake on this one. This is game number 2 of the finals.
Yeah, I know. That's.
Oh no, Troll Despair. I remember this.
If they're not, I think there's a team on the roof.
They don't make the mistake now, but
They go all the way left side.
it's coming. Oh no.
Is there a way for you to look?
We have to take control of that.
Having a fourth person
Okay, let's
review
go.
is always worth discussing. The coach has a key role, and ultimately the
They're gonna
pros decide
balcony
to
too.
listen or not.
They're going
Yeah.
balcony. Let's go up then.
That's true.
They go.
Yeah.
Out of the wall. They're holding the flame. They're
Can we
for
just maybe run through? Like, what do you think?
Go right. Yeah, go right side maybe.
We think played the
They're
best
landing
lane at
back.
AP.
Yeah, Wait, is there a go
best
right,
at
go right. You gotta go
lane.
right. We have to go right.
They might beam us right
For
now.
TSM,
It's fine. Just bubble if you have to. Join. Bubble, motherfucker.
yeah, as you said, it's hard to say, man.
Just go forward and take the fucking rock, please.
Team flying to the rock right now.
I don't really think anyone like overperformed.
I'm
Go
one.
inside the truck.
Or
Go inside the truck.
underperformed.
Inside here. Inside here.
Pop
Team
this trap.
inside,
Pop this
team
trap.
inside.
I'm dead now.
Come to me.
Yeah.
Come to me, please. Come to me.
This rotation is also just so scuffed. I mean, they're up to play here because we're kind of late. The teams that are playing, OG, you know, playing mod, they're already up and about. The team just lands in front of them, starts charge rifling them. It's LG. And another team is approaching from the northeast, while a team already plays inside cave. And I think they wanted to cross up here and go for RV already. I think one of the real reasons for why this rotation was just so scuffed is because they were using their Valgol to get halfway there and then run up on the last bit, while they probably should have just run over, taken the balloon if no one is shooting them, which no one should be shooting them, taking the balloon, cross to the buildings. From the bottom of this, you want to hit a Valgol and have a better look at what's available up here. And you would pretty much be spending the same amount of time doing it. It won't be slower. You probably pull a longer distance playing that Valgol. So yeah, I think they made a mistake trying to rotate faster or hit a Valgol faster, but only coming half the way.
Fuck, man.
Your hard stock bronze 4. You can try quitting the game. Okay, so TSM ends up dying here. We already talked about why this spot in particular is bad. Doesn't offer you placement points. Also doesn't offer also your kill potential. You are basically food for the picking right here. Or kill
Gotta get
points
your
for the
Valkyries.
picking.
They're gonna just die. They're gonna.
It's another fucking horrible.
So they have beacon. They
Got
have
the 40
bats.
here.
Sorry, they have beacon. They have replicator. Zone goes northeast.
Okay, I'm gonna start crafting like.
There's a microanalysis fights
Okay,
as
over
well.
here.
Focus on
There's 2 times on me
decision
over here.
making.
I already have a PK.
Yeah.
Down here,
It just
rifle
needs to
and,
not die.
ammo for it. What'd you say, Jordan? For
100 damage.
no, before that. Like
Pink
salad or
sniper
something?
ammo. I'm
Okay.
14 too.
Okay. We have to just run past.
It's pretty late rotation.
Try and
But I kind of feel like in terms of loot density, the chance of getting replicators Beacon chances. Okay, beacon chance is actually better on antenna. It's kind of the same as East Fragment. I think Cascade is also kind of like East Fragment, but loot wise, it's kind of the same. Except you get like a replicator typically on you instead of next to you on West Frag, so you get it for free. I feel like in the future TSM should probably contest for command center instead of antenna. They have the opportunity to do so until championship comes along. If they end up not getting command center, they can probably contest back on antenna, and someone would end up leaving anyway. Antenna is not like the best drop spot. You don't have a car, you don't have a balloon. It's slow. You barely get priority on any zones, and any north zones just suck.
So I might be able to get my armor here.
How far are these guys away? They're just trying to farm
people
prowlers
to my
right
east.
now. So a team is on the east side building. It has charge rifle.
It's a really safe corner.
Pop in south, pop in
Does a
south.
bunch of damage,
They're
and then
walking up,
decides to
they're
push
walking
up on it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I gets beamed though.
Please.
Hope comes forward from Jordan.
Can we back up?
They're running back. They're running back.
Keep building on
Okay.
them.
This is top tier for an edge team. Car, beacon, craft. I mean that's true. You have everything you need, but you also are forced to stay there for a while, and you're using all your resources, probably popping material to get better armors or attachments, whatever. Like why do you consider fish farms a better drop than mill, which naturally gives you all the best loot in the game? Has 2 sets of spiders and a prowler close to it, plus a free car. Plus gravity cannon if you need to go to North Pad, I guess.
Are we not getting pinched, right?
Purple armor in the package.
No.
Purple armor in the package.
Grab it.
Okay. Okay, let's get out of here.
So you kind of just reset this fight and then run
Liquid
away.
and GMT also died. Literally 4 teams, like all are dying in lightning rod.
Wait, was that a tap strafe, Hal? Was that a little tap strafe? Was that a little something?
Could be riding up,
Ready?
going up.
Taking the zip right
Is
now.
this a?
Like I said,
Could
4
take
like
cannon as well.
I feel like it's this is a very dangerous rotation to go for, seeing as we're already late, and then we are going into like this choke position towards Thunderwatch. 15 squads left. I know that, but like there's gonna be. Usually there are teams. I didn't watch this game from their perspective. I don't think they had that many other choices in this regards, but you know they are playing Valkyrie and Ash, JB. So if there's teams up here that have multiple choices, but it's a hard one.
like 4 teams died in lightning rod, so like we can just fucking easily just walk in probably.
Where?
Like
I think this
like,
played
back
this
here.
quite
Like
well
back here.
actually.
Okay.
I seem to recall that there weren't really anyone on Thunderwatch, but
Well,
then they
like
actually
there's more
rotate to a spot that gives them a
Let's
great
just run to the rock
overview
right side
plus
instantly. They just res north side.
Okay.
like
There's gotta
later
be shit open.
game
SSG just
rotations.
died too.
Yeah, it's 13 squads.
Okay, here this is I don't like this very much. This is Hal's brain trying to work on where he wants to play, but he is in the middle of the fucking road. And you know a team could pull up any second. There's only 13 squads left, so there's some serious W keying going on, guys. This is in the finals.
I'm trying to think here.
Someone.
I tethered them there, but
Okay, I recall this situation here. I'm trading a little bit
They're
back and
gonna look to
forth.
kill me. 'Cause I'm on farthest
yeah.
left.
I think this is Team Empire.
I got headshot at the back.
30 on the Valk.
I can't see. I don't have any angles.
I'm
I'm
healing right
watching.
now. He's on the rock, I think. It's just, I think they have a digi, man.
Yes, they do. We might want to just Valcall, bro.
I think we do. I think we do.
Like, let's just Valcall. Come over here. We gotta do it now.
This is a good spot as well.
I saw one blue armor.
People can't pull up on the south side
he's not
very
blue,
well,
he's not
you
blue.
know.
Okay.
They could probably
There's a
pull up
Watson too.
at the
There's a
cannon
Watson
and
team
then
behind
try
us
to
over
nade
here.
TSM out, but it would be a huge waste for another
7-1.
team. North team won't pull
Three one.
push
Cells,
down
team two.
because
I'm dropping 2
that would be
cells.
ending both of their
Shoot his
games.
trap out.
Oh, I remember why I didn't watch this game, guys. I was out getting
Is there a
pizza.
team playing
I was
this
out
game?
picking up pizza.
I can't like.
Um,
Fuck, man. I can't see.
Evan, can you fly up?
This is the game I was out picking up pizza.
Like on the rock, maybe you could check.
Mermaid 16
There's
is
zip
now
line
Mermaid,
right
thank
here.
you for gifting us up to Amped. Thank
That's
you
not
for
purple
oiling
now.
up, brother.
I can't.
Dude, don't get third. Don't. We gotta sit here. Yeah, do it. Get away from it, Jordan. So you can fucking pop it.
I mean, it comes down to a Valgold again, I can see.
Let's do it now.
Is it a Macer moment?
There's a team bottom zip, I think.
Yeah, there is.
Is this...
We have to go to the spot. I think that.
Are
I
we
was
surviving
thinking.
that corner?
This is still a tough one. This is still a tough one. And we got Verholst, the pilot. I don't think I would in general trust Verholst, Valgoldsmiths. Like even if he was IGL, I don't think I would trust his Valgolds. But yeah, what goes on here? What's available? Spot up here is most likely taken, but they're probably not showing presence. There's a spot down here, but they're probably not showing presence. Someone has landed right here by the looks of it. And a team is up top. This is D2 playing up here, I believe. There's a control of flying. Yeah, I mean that, and I barely ever see Verholst like making calls on the Valgold ending up well.
I think we go for the spot that I was thinking about.
Okay, I'm going
Stand
up.
by
there's a team there.
Going for
Oh, my
it.
red ping.
I haven't watched this, by the way, guys.
I'm on it.
Wait,
I'm
We're
safe in it.
chilling.
wait, this is
Just hide,
playable?
Can we
Yeah,
just
we're
hide?
chilling.
Don't
Yeah,
make
we're
any
chilling.
Holy
noise.
shit, I did not know that.
3-1. We're gonna have to third party southwest, I
You
think.
gotta rely on people not
They're
looking at
fighting,
this
it
though.
seems like.
We just need to live right now. We're in zone. We just stay. We stay.
Yeah,
we
but
stay.
there's a team here that's gonna fucking shit on us.
They won't.
If they don't see us by zone close, we might be able to survive with bubble.
Yeah, I know.
No one knew about this spot?
If we get seen southwest, we have to go up, I think, right?
They knew about it.
Or we go roof, maybe we can go. No, roof.
Oh
is really
shit,
safe.
Team Empire, the scans.
Well, sorry, we gotta think. Where we're gonna go if we get seen southwest?
Valko might be the play.
Yeah. He's gonna
I
do
have-
it.
Probably need to.
The full 3-man here.
Wait,
Give me
top stairs or what?
Yeah, I think so. Land top stairs,
Oh.
Yeah, land on the stairs.
Animation.
I'm going up here.
In this guy. Fight with me. Valko.
No way!
I bumped. You gotta put him up.
Yeah,
put him
go
up.
play bump,
Valky's one.
Bro, what?
They just held it.
No way!
Shoot.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Yeah, I can see why they would try to land up here because it looked a lot more chaotic. It looked very chaotic, right?
So, land top stairs, staircase.
Yeah, land on the stairs. Land on the top of the stairs.
I'm going up here.
In this guy. Fight with me.
This guy just shits on Hal. Headshotted,
Valko me.
body shot. He's now getting shot from below. I don't know where. Dead.
I bumped. You gotta put him up.
Yeah.
Jordan's over doing his own thing, yeah, versus someone else.
Valky's one.
Bro, what?
They just
They
held
just
it.
they just got fucking shit on. The player here is definitely to land somewhere, bubble up, and then push something together. But they did split up. Like, they split up in the Valkyrie to avoid getting hit by other players. That's like the pros and cons versus the Valkyrie. You split up, okay. You probably get like less damage on you, but you also land at different times. If you don't split up, you'll typically land together, maybe be an easier target, but you'll be able to bubble up really easily and like reset.
They're shooting. So there's somebody else in the gas here trying to fight. We can third party this.
Yeah, we need these kills.
We
I
need
just have
these
one of the guys on the left
kills.
side of the
I
cannon.
know. I said that.
I'm on top ball as well.
Yeah. Well, this is
I think I seem to recall that this was kind of a comeback game, but I'm not sure.
Need to rip a
The
med
team in
kit.
the gas doesn't know we're here.
I need to rip a
There's a
med
mech
kit.
kit. There's a mech kit here extra.
One
Let's
kill,
heal
let's go
first.
kill this guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna heal.
He's right under me.
I'm going now.
Debub. Can we go in the bub?
Do
Yeah.
not let the other team steal his kill.
Nice. Don't get
Good
down.
shit,
Don't get down, Evan. Do not get down. Behind us in the gas.
I bugged on us. Play on the fence. On me.
You know how I just talked about how it's very common for teams to rotate into gas on this map because of the wide rotations and the potential of catching a team off guard. It just happened again, but this time on TSM. I just find that funny. Foreshadowing.
Sliding down. Give me his blue.
No, we have to arc the bub.
I have no nades.
We gotta play the other side of the fence.
So I feel like TSM in a way they could get better is having a designated player, probably reps whenever you see an enemy bubble, counting the seconds down for when the bubbles got picked, like or got set up to when it's about to disappear, which is 12 seconds, because then you can time it you can time it perfectly with arc stars, and it's a really important thing that I think people undervalue, but a team that is really good at this is actually Alliance.
They backed up. They're getting beat.
They're shooting for us.
Target close.
Play slow. Shoot him through the fence.
This armor here is broken.
On the left.
I'm gonna start healing this armor.
Falco,
I have
Falco.
ulti soon.
Look at
I have
this.
ulti soon.
Look at this.
This is the juice. This is the juice right here.
Shoot them if you can.
As this team decides to fuck off.
I cracked him. Flash, a lot of flash, a lot of flash.
So was about to push on
Listen,
them.
look,
They
there's armor right here.
They're
There's armor
grooving,
right here.
they literally would not have bubble in time to make another push. So I think they make the right decision just leaving here.
Be ooping. They might be ooping. Alright.
Can we look left?
Look for oops, guys. We have to worry about oops. Evan, can you stare at the
TSM do better. They almost saw the whole focus on fracking. Hal would not be able to focus on fracking. There's just no fucking chance. He's the natural IGL and he wants to force his decision making. Jordan is a really good communicator. We can talk about this real quick. Some people I feel like excels more at macro calls. IG Jordan, good example. He's really good at macro calling, calls, rotates, where to rotate from, what to do, pointing out. Well, you know, he's also good at pointing out like micro calling, and feeding information to the IGL. But ultimately not the person who who takes the fight decisions. But he's really good like with his own character. His character fits him really well. He's a great communicator. He does things without being told to do it usually. You know, and he does the right things without being told. But Hal, I don't think Hal would ever be able to do that. Nope.
oops in the air?
Yes.
You stay there. You stay
I
up
gotta
there.
grab shotgun.
I have
really
Look
quick.
west,
have
look
ulti.
west. Look at this team flying in right. Like, where the fuck are they going?
I'm looting really quick.
Young pistol woman.
I have ulti.
I'm 12-2.
16-0.
Look
Coming
at him
back.
in on the zone.
Yeah, the fact that Hal tweets out that, oh man, I should be stepping down from IGLing if we do bad during this tournament. It's absolutely bullshit, but it's him like second guessing his own ability to in-game lead, when really it just comes down to practice, perfection, and becoming a more sorry, I'm missing the word right. I'm tired. Methodically, team wise, you know, practicing that.
Should I go to you? Should I go to
Three
you?
kills.
I don't know where
can't
the-
see.
Hal micro call
I don't know,
more?
where's the team on the left?
No, he
I'm holding
does.
right,
He does that a
I'm
lot.
holding right,
He does that a lot.
You might have to TPS back, Hal, if we get fucked.
I don't feel like TSM's like we gotta summarize this in the end, but I don't feel like TSM's mistakes right now comes down to micro calling. It's a good thing Hal Hal it seems like they automatically take space here. And Hal, of course, he has the addition of, you know, Ash passive to see that players are dying down here, so that, you know, you can also hear and see in the kill feed that players are dying. It's good that he peeks this, because if you show presence on a team, like let's say he starts shooting now, I'm guessing he's gonna start shooting. It makes the team that is gonna, like, he won't be able to kill like this whole team, but this team will now know that Hal is holding this area. Like there's the team holding this area, and they will try to rotate another way. So in that sense, Hal is actually kind of doing both of these, like both TSM and another team a favor by kind of shooting them, because they will be rotating up in another spot, and they won't be ending this team, or they won't be ending TSM. Honestly, that's how I feel like it works a lot of times. Literally, it's like psychological aspect of the game, showing presence.
They're fighting in this like these buildings. They just wipe.
Do we just play on the hill and then walk in?
Yes, I think we play on the hill. I think we play on the hill because there's only one team on this side. It looks like.
Okay.
Not about leaving JB back out and stations up here.
I'm looting a massive right now.
Look for kills.
How much light do we have? How much light do we have? 60?
On the gen.
No light. I
I got
headshot the guy in the
130.
gen.
How much light do we have?
Look here.
In the open.
Moving here.
Watch out, Valk.
The cannon team might look to
Watch out,
push us.
Valk.
I'm trying to get over to you.
I have 40 light, Jordan.
I have 150. Come to me. 360.
Look
360.
Stare at this team here. Look here. They're gonna ape the fucking team, I think.
Shoot that.
I think they're doing everything right now. Instead of exhausting their resources on a team over here who might have Watson Gen just behind this tower, and who is actually not showing that much presence towards TSM. They're probably busy doing their own stuff, or just waiting out some placement points. There's only 4 squads remaining. They're opting to kill the team that made a mistake and landed here, who would then be pushing into Team Empire.
Caustic on flash. Caustic on flash.
I got one here.
Pause and go back. Why?
Look here, look here, look west, look west.
I got Gdolphn. Should I give you that?
No.
Watson on the right. Watson on the right. Cracks.
Valk crack in the bin here.
I have like no more ammo.
Valk flash dead.
I have
Nice
13
zone.
bullets. I have 13 bullets.
I got 19.
start
I got
swinging
19.
right?
I think we have to go this
Yeah,
way.
he kind of has to get these boxes. I didn't watch Hal's POV when I was watching this game. I was watching the overall broadcast, so I didn't really know that he was this low on light ammo.
Like
We do.
Hal exhausted his ammo. I don't have to go back at the fucking footage to see that he doesn't have light ammo. Kimbo, come on, man.
But
Can we grab
I
the-
don't
can
have
we
ammo.
I
I
have
don't
19
have
bullets.
ammo.
I only have 19 bullets.
See
I
it
only have
portal? Can you
19
maybe grab the loot in the middle portal back?
Go back to
No,
when
no,
he
no,
starts
I can't. That's
shooting.
like-
No,
no,
I
we
wouldn't.
just
I
go
won't,
solo.
bro.
We just have to Valkyrie, I think. We have 19
Hal
bullets.
uses his light ammo. What's the
Thoughts?
There's a solo somewhere.
complexity to snipe down Monka Home?
Only have 19 bullets.
I think
so
he's gonna
can't fight.
stay on the on
We just
phase.
have to force the fight here on
I
the
think
right.
he's gonna
can
stay
we
on
push-
phase and probably still play Halo. I think his contract is like at least 6 months more. I don't know for sure because I don't know anything about his contract, but I would guess it's at least 6 months more.
Him out.
Yeah,
Walk
we
him
have
down.
to. We
Should I
have
give you? I can give you.
No. Keep it for now. I'm walking up.
We need to
Solo,
Valkyrie.
I got
We need
the
to Valkyrie.
solo.
We need to
No,
Valkyrie.
we cannot Falco.
Alright. Well, we're gonna die then.
Shoot left.
I have no ammo.
We might have to play by second here.
Yeah, we have to go to the corner maybe.
We might
Yes,
have
I
to
do.
the team. Might
I
have
don't know.
advanced.
I'm gonna TP in. Okay?
Crack, crack.
I'm going in now.
I'm gonna bob.
This was crazy, by the way. This call right here was kind of this was insane how they survived this. I feel like well, you guys are seeing it. Optic Gaming gets a little bit too frisky for their own good and pushes in on a fight that isn't really concluded with Empire.
I'm gonna bob right away. Play the bob. I'm batting. Hold the top of the fence.
The other team is one.
Important that to it's important to hold the back of the bubble here. Optic already pushing down. Duplex, you can see him. He's like holding up here. He's the Jibby. They have, I don't know what the ammo situation on Optic was or why they pushed down, but I'm guessing they thought that this bubble fight was just about to happen. Like it was a full commit, but Empire decides to not commit into the bubble completely. I don't know if what their armor situation was like, but TSM manages to pretty much stay behind here. Empire is no longer shooting them. Verls popping cells, Rep popping bats. Duplex is about to get angles up here, but I'm pretty sure Hal sees that.
We're getting to climb over.
Look
We gotta climb over. We gotta climb over.
Go.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Play on me now.
Good shit. That's Jordan's call. Good fucking shit. I don't know how Jordan makes this call, but I'm guessing that he somehow either when jumping or say maybe he can see through the fence that Empire is actually angling away and taking the north side. So jumping over, definitely a good call.
They're fighting each other.
You have light.
I have 34
I have
bullets.
none.
34 bullets.
Shoot the team on the left.
Look up
down.
Look
Getting
up
the knock here on Skittle Cakes. It's actually Empire getting the knock on Skittle Cakes, but it's a super important knock. I actually believe that it wins TSM the game if there's still 30 seconds on the zone. So if Skittle Cakes survives going up in the cliff, you could probably close up, win from the high ground, because Hal is about to fully commit on Duplex. I thought you were Jess. Right now? With just tomorrow. Bad night and Hana, thanks for following.
There's two down on the right.
Hal wastes so much ammo for himself. Kimball, you
There's one.
you already said that Hal uses a lot of light ammo. It's also it's R31, man. It just swallows it up, but it's a common meme. We know Hal uses a lot of light, bro. She's moving to Denmark. No, I'm missing her in England tomorrow.
Give me solo on the right.
He applies
shotgun.
pressure by
Focus
shooting.
this guy. Focus the guy.
Sack
on
and
the
sleeve.
I knocked Bangor left.
What?
Focus the guy
Kill
on
the
the
Gibby
right.
on the right. Kill the Gibby on the right now. He's low.
Go, you guys go left. I go right.
I'm going
go
left
now.
to
I like that he both shoots and throws his utility at the GB at the same time snaring him. I like that. Good shit, Hal.
Evan. Swing with me, Evan.
I was very, very worried when watching this live, seeing Hal move up alone on duplex. Of course, there's a knock up here, but he moves up alone on duplex, takes the 1v1. Well, Verhulst and Jordan is on the complete other side without really the possibility to help that much. So if Hal gets knocked here, it'd be truly heartbreaking. But, you know, he clutches up. You're missing my point. That he's using his ammo?
Crack the back one!
Nice! Let's fucking go, baby!
So, guys, I just want you to envision this. I'm sitting in we're sitting in a Monster lounge. It's literally sponsored by Monster. At this venue, right? We're sitting there. There's about 5 TSM fans in the whole room. It's me. It's the social media manager for TSM, a guy called Dunk. It's the cameraman and the other producer guy, and there's like one other person cheering for TSM. So at this point where TSM is winning, I jump up from my seat and I go, yeah, you know, fucking as loud as I could. As loud as I could, and I was in one place in the room. I was like up on the balcony, and I can hear Dunk, the social media manager guy, from the other side of the room, and we were like the only 2 people just fucking cheering for this win. You know, there's like 200 other people just sitting there going. Or you can hear what are those called? Crickets. You can hear the crickets in the background, but I didn't care. I ran downstairs. On the left side. I ran downstairs to where Doug was sitting, and I hugged him and I said, "This is still winnable. Winnable. The dream lives on."
Oh my god, you guys are nuts! Let's go! Holy crap, we come back, baby! Let's go, Jordan!
The TSM staff know who you are? I was literally there to help TSM, so yeah, of course.
Stop, boys.
But I knew Dunk from beforehand when I was in TSM.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's skip a little bit. TSM played this building for quite a while this game, I believe.
Got my blue.
They're shooting.
They did. We're just farming armors
Where the fuck that?
for the majority of the game. There was a lot of fights happening
Reading.
on their south side during the pull of
Moby,
Zone 3. Like the end of Zone 2, pull of Zone 3, I believe.
No. The team is
Team Liquid, Empire, and
They're sliding down.
Double blue.
ADR.
Oh, that's a different
40
team.
on the bank,
I'm not
40
talking
on the
about that
bank.
team.
I'm smoked now. I
Fuck,
can't see.
man.
I can't see out.
Yo, I have extra light for you.
Whoa,
Why
way
is
too
your
dang.
mic doing that? Holy shit.
I'm smoked out.
No.
Yes. I'm
Drop
dropping.
Hey, who are you calling Jurassic? That team?
Yeah. That is
Okay,
team.
because there's
the
another
I don't
team
feel
here
there's
too.
anything bad about how they played this game. I'm a little bit
just getting
surprised
fucked
that
right
they
now.
got this building for free,
I just don't have
seeing
range
as
to
the
fuck
zone
them.
was kind of
There was a 2x4 in the
They're
bottom.
moving
kind of
down, they're moving
obvious.
No, I have it sight. I have it
So
R3.
getting like a pretty
Slide
central
down.
position
Bro,
The
fuck
pills.
me,
for at
man.
least Zone 3,
Might have
maybe
to get
Zone
out of there. They're
4.
sliding down towards the pills.
Super important for TSM, but I'm surprised that no one else took it.
Team Valko to far east. Get back up top, Evan. They scan.
South team is gonna.
So it's
instantly
really
press.
important that they
Can't
take
Yeah.
angles at the same
Yeah.
time here, synergize
they're just
when they're
sitting over
going
there.
out, if they're trying to kill Empire, because they need to wipe them really fast. Their third party's around the corner, there's still 13 teams left alive. I feel like it's good to nade this already. A lot of times when you see a Bangalore smoke in competitive like this, the Bangalore is usually like playing the smoke itself.
Give you out. Go now.
I got it bad. Batting.
Took a stun
We
here,
got arcs from the other side, I think.
up to go.
I'm swinging.
Really good fucking stuff from Hal here in this fight.
Hold it.
Side.
I'm taking height.
Really good stuff.
Behind us. On our roof.
Oh, it's so
Come back to
clean.
me, come back to
I
me.
gotta play
It was
around.
actually so
Wait,
clean.
There's armor swaps. I'm looking at you. We're chilling. Wait the trap.
Now this is ADR playing up top.
Behind us.
I feel like there was
Bumping
a
on us, bumping
slight
on us,
chance
bumping
that
on
if
us,
they
at the
got
back,
inside the building here,
Popping a med kit.
you know, it's just straight inside on the western side of the building, because there was two of them holding the top, one going wide on the southeast side, that they might have clutched this. But you know, it's like I told you so
That's all I can
format
ask for.
Why are
moment.
they fucking
Like, who
hitting us
really
like
knows?
that?
ADR just went for that. Cost it a little bit.
We just
Could
need
probably
to
have gone
get
for other
It's
opportunities.
ADR because they're fucking stupid.
And we know the rest of the story, don't we? I'll briefly summarize what I feel overall went well for TSM. I don't think TSM should be disappointed in how they individually played the tournament. I feel like mechanically or aim wise or whatever, like all of them showed up, and they didn't make a lot of like actual mistakes when it came to taking the fights, or knowing how the characters are played, knowing what they should be doing, or like how they should be proactive. And I don't think there was a lot, like there was a few games where you could probably say that they made mistakes, but it usually didn't come down to like the clutchness of it. They were hitting their shots, all of them, by the looks of it. In terms of macro calls, there was a lot of mistakes where they would move into spots that were, well, first of all, they would rotate really late, playing replicators from East Fragment in some of the games, but looting all of East Fragment, of course. Not really making good value out of the fact that you have a quick rotate, but of course making good value out of the fact that you have replicators. In the games that they rotated fast, they did not loot optimal. Hal's loot rotation is not optimal. It should be from east to the west, and he should completely forget about looting train station, or only loot like the first loot PY inside the train station, leave the rest to Gdolphn. It would literally clear out 20 to 30 seconds of their loot rotations in every single round that they're playing. And I feel like that's a fundamental part of the early game that they're just playing wrong. I don't know why they're not fixing it. I feel like in general they did a good job in rotating from the correct side of the zones. But in some of the zones, well, let's talk about the micro stuff later. The prediction of the circle was good, I'd say. I don't think they called zones badly that much at the time. I feel like in some of the games they didn't really talk about where the zone would be going, and they just kind of like ran around searching for kills and opportunities for a bit. Didn't really like go specifically for a rotate, and why that is. Guessing they didn't really have like a game plan for those games, or weren't playing that goal oriented. But overall, I would say for 70% of the games, they talked about where the zone was going and where they wanted to play. I think in terms of micro calls, they were doing great fight wise. Whenever there was a fight, I don't feel like they had to clutch on having a scanner character at all. I feel like they made pretty good decision making on the fights. The bubbles were really good from Gdolphn as well. I feel like they were good at taking angles, being proactive in fights, and then of course winning it. I also feel like in terms of covering angles from opponents, holding angles, holding their backs, especially in like the later rounds, they'd be really good at holding their backs and calling out teams that we're gonna like walk up on them or rat on them. So I feel like they were doing good on that. However, there were a couple of rounds very early on, especially on the first day, where they would Valkyrie ult into spots where they basically did not have an opportunity to rotate from, or like they could only make very few rotates or force a fight. And in those situations, calls to take fights were a little bit slow, but also the angles that they were holding, plus like pretty much watching if a team is coming up on you were pretty bad. And I feel like it was both like a calling error from Hal's side, but I feel like Gdolphn and Verhol should also just like think for themselves and actually look around, because Hal was listening. So Hal was like saying in very specific moments that, play under here, just hide, which is not a good strategy if you not opting to have a team literally on top of you and then like forcing a fight. So I feel like the Valkyrie ultimates could really use a little bit of a handy you could use a kind touch, and I think the best opportunity or the best choice for them to really get fundamentally better Valk ults is not practicing when, okay, they could either practice when do we Valk ult and not, and like kind of have a couple of rules for it, as in we Valk ult when we kind of have some zone information in front of us, or if we're really just forced to do it, of course, and try to land together. But if they are using it from a rotational perspective, like on the macro scale, then they need to be 100% sure that they're not landing on a full team. That's or landing in a spot where they can't move from. That's pretty much the take on Valkyrie ults. So popping Hal on Valkyrie and taking Verholst on Caustic, if it's still meta, it's at some point in the future when they're playing lands again and they want to like stay top 10, you know, playing Caustic, then I feel like that should be the setup, and I feel like they should practice that. In terms of like teamwork and call outs, I don't really think you can question the fact that TSM still synergizes really well, and the call outs are great, except a couple of times where, well, we just saw the Verholst calling out a building as free, wasn't free. But overall, I feel like they communicate damage they've done to teams, what that enemy team is doing, you know, and then like they feed Hal a bunch of information that they can use to call really well. I feel like they do that great. In terms of adaptation, and I know that this doesn't really change anything, because Hal and the boys, they can't really do anything about it. It's just the game, how the game is. They of course are landing East Fragment and Antenna, and I feel like for a team that is at TSM scale, they can consistently win tournaments, they should be landing in some of the more meta spots. East Fragment is really not what it used to. It used to be a lot better, and in 2/3 of the games right now TSM is playing in tournaments, they're forced to play replicators, which is super scuffed. Antenna is alright, but East Fragment is a little bit worse. I feel like if they want to contest for something else in the future, I mean, Lava Siphon will be Gambit and Rig, so it's probably a pretty bad drop anyway. Like if you go away from East Fragment, you're gonna have to like do some contesting. I don't think they want to do that. But Antenna could probably become command center if they wanted to, which I feel like is an overall better drop for TSM instead of an Antenna. I feel like in terms of them adapting to the lobby itself, they're doing pretty good with that. They were changing their comp along the way when they felt like their one comp was really not doing much value. They were changing around. Of course, always with Verholst on the Valkyrie. But overall, I think, guys, that concludes the VOD review.